Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
Coming up this week, we've got voice-activated gears. Yet another high street clothing fashion brand is now doing cycle clothing. We also have some super fast bling new wheels, as well as the Tour de France fam avec Zwift is well underway.
And our main talking point this week is if you could only have one bike for the rest of your life, would it be lightweight or aero? This week, we're discussing why I would choose a lightweight bike over an aero one if I could only have one bike for the rest of my life.
What?
Yeah. Well, what got us thinking about this is the release of the new Orbea Orca, which is aimed at being super lightweight, but other bikes too, such as the Factor Ostro Vam, which was launched recently. There's definitely a trend for this at the moment.
There's other bikes that are growing in popularity and success as well, which we can't ignore. Things like the Specialized Athos or the Canyon Ultimate, taking that similar approach.
Yeah, and these are bikes that aren't aimed or designed to be all-round race machines.
No.
Aerodynamics is not, the main priority in these designs at all. It is about being stiff and lightweight and looking more like a traditional kind of road bike.
Yeah,
and being below the UCI weight limit.
Key point there. Now, what surprised me about the new Orbea was the positive reaction that everyone at home had to it, which surprised me really, because I thought it might have been slightly more negative, which I think it's great, but why I was surprised at this, because in recent years we've seen brands and manufacturers be like, hey, go aero, go aero, go aero, whereas now we're starting to see... Not just
brands, us as well.
Yeah, us as well. We're starting to see a slight shift in that message to be like, go lightweight again.
Yeah. It's like, you've changed your tune.
Yeah.
And I think people will think that about me, right? But don't get me wrong, I do love aero, and I love aero bikes.
You do, that is true, yeah.
But the thing is, the aero bike is the faster all-round option. If you were riding a race or a Gran Fondo, the aero bike is faster than the lightweight bike.
Like to get from one point to the other, I think, accumulatively.
If you're racing, aero bike, faster option, right?
All right.
And not just the out-and-out aero bike, the sort of semi-aero bike as well. So maybe something like a specialized tarmac over the Athos that you mentioned earlier, right? But if you're doing a pure hill climb effort, particularly on a steep hill, then the lightweight bike, it wins.
Okay. So that's your sort of feeling on this, is it?
Yeah.
But I like riding really fast. I like going fast on flat roads, doing like chain gangs and stuff like that. And when I think back to the Global Bike Festival, I enjoyed racing up the climb as well. However, I did do that on an aero bike, which was optimized for speeds of like 40k an hour or more, and I wasn't doing 40k an hour on the hill.
But this is the important part. When I think about what are the things that I enjoy most about cycling, it is when I'm riding uphill. So it's when I've been like what you were saying at the Global Bike Festival, where you were racing against the other like GCN guys and Feather and stuff, and you're racing against your mates up a climb, and you're trying to go as fast as you can. Or it's when I go to some like amazing bucket list place, I'm trying to do the best time I can on a particular climb, like Sacalobra, trying to ride.
I mean, you went under 30 minutes, so fair play.
Yeah, and that's to me, like they're like the highlights of my cycling when I think about it. And, if I go to outdoors, I want to do the best time possible. And something else I kind of do is not just enjoy riding against my friends and trying to beat them, but when I go somewhere where there is this super famous climb, I will look on Strava and I will look at what my friends have done.
Of course you will.
Of course, you do. You do it as well.
Like, I'm joking. I do exactly the same thing.
And I look at what you've done on it, and I look at what Sai's done on it, and other friends of mine, and you compare yourself and you think, right, I'm not going to trouble Tadej Pogacar with the KOM, but maybe I can beat Sai Richardson if I have a really good day.
But you also like aero, you like time trialing as well. You love that.
Yeah, but I do love time trialing. You're right, but the bits that I enjoy the most are the uphill bits. Okay. And a time trial bike is great, but they are super expensive. And if you could only have one bike, a time trial bike's not going to be it. No. Because it's not nice to ride it uphill. And
Pogacar didn't want to ride one uphill, did he?
Exactly, it's not comfortable. And as an all-round bike, the lightweight one is better. But when you're going and you're riding on in a beautiful place, often you kind of chill in the valley road a bit, and you put your big effort in when you're on the climb, and that's where you want to perform.
Yeah, look, I get what you're saying, and I appreciate that, and I think lots of people at home will have the same mindset, but I look at things in a slightly different way. Like, I'm a bigger guy. I'm not going to cycle uphill as fast as someone that's lighter. I just got to accept that, yeah?
Well, so I'm not.
Yeah, but you enjoy it more than me. I enjoy ripping along on the flat. I enjoy doing like a fast crit race. I enjoy a chain gang. I enjoy blasting along a flat bit of road.
Yeah. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. It basically boils down to there is no correct answer here. Yeah. It depends on you and what you want. And it's great that there's different options out there.
Yeah.
But, you know, when I think of, you know, 80-year-old me in the future, when I'm old and slow and can't do the things that I can do now.
Yeah.
I'd like to. I can predict that I'm going to look back and go, oh yeah, you know, he did that good time up Sacalobra. Oh yeah, look at that. I did that really good time on Cheddar Gorge.
I'm going to look back and be like, look how fast I went along that bit of dual carriageway.
Well, that's it. You're not going to look back and go, oh, I did 4 minutes 30 along that 3-kilometre section of the A57. That was good, wasn't it?
I think I might probably do that.
Oh, that's tragic. You know what I mean, though? Like, climbs are the focal point.
Climbs are the focal point. And I also think it's a lot easier for your average everyday person to have an understanding of, look, this bike is lightweight, therefore I'm going to go uphill better. Whereas aerodynamics are quite a sort of dark art to grasp. And if you can't just go, this bike's aero, because what does that actually mean? It depends how fast you go, it depends, you got a wind tunnel test it and stuff like that. If it's 200 grams lighter, it's 200 grams lighter, irrespective.
And it's more tangible on the lightweight bike. There's no escaping that.
Yeah.
And when you get a bike that feels lighter than the bike you've had before, and you go on a steep bit of road, it feels good, doesn't it?
It does feel good.
It does feel good.
Yeah, well, I'm of the same mindset. I just feel like it feels good going fast on a flat bit. But everyone at home has had the chance to share their view on this, actually, over on the GCN app, because we've had a bit of a thread going here where people have been sharing their thoughts, lightweight versus aero. It always sparks up everyone in the comments, and I mean, we're keen to hear your thoughts on it more as well. So let us know in the comments section down below. But I think we've heard our thoughts, haven't we, really?
Yeah. So, if the question goes out to you, if you could only have one bike for the rest of your life, would it be lightweight or aero? Or would it be something else? Would it be a TT bike?
No, it definitely would be a TT bike. You already said lightweight. I'm leaning more towards aero, but I could probably nudge to the lightweight scale a little bit. I'm just playing it safe.
Okay. It's time now for Hot Tech, beginning with an exciting instalment of Patent Patrol.
Now, normally I would wear my specific patent glasses for this section, but it's been a while since we've done it, so I've misplaced them.
What exciting patents have you spotted this week, Patent?
Well, SRAM have released a patent which details gear shifting through a glove that could be worn and also through voice commands. So that voice-activated gears could potentially be a thing.
Voice-activated gears?
Yeah, like voice commands.
Hey, SRAM, chuck it in the big dog. Like that.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Or do you have to say, like, hey, SRAM, give me the 5410.
Yeah, I think it might have to be slightly more official rather than like get it in the big dog. Or put it in the sprint gear.
Hey, SRAM, put Alex's gears into the 5410 on this 25% climb.
That would be my concern, that is voice activation specific and precise enough to differentiate between other people's voices?
Well, the patent did detail having to have like a little headset microphone thing. So maybe if it's like a microphone like this, it's not going to be that good at picking up your voice. You know, it has to be the one that's in front of you. So, I don't know.
I just hope it works better than like Siri or Alexa. That never seems to get it right.
Yeah, Alexa doesn't seem to understand me.
Why?
Alexa, can you add extra lube to my shopping list?
What are you doing?
Trolling the viewers.
All right.
Let us know if Alexa did that, if that worked.
Good idea, but I'm not sure whether we're ever going to see it come to fruition. Whatever. Yeah. Also, right, we should mention.
Well, no, it was. Yeah, so it wasn't just that. But I think it's good. That's just sticking with that.
Oh yes, sorry.
No, I think in principle it's a clever idea. It's a useful idea because sometimes you can't change gear because your hands aren't on the hoods. So in that situation, it would be a way of changing gear, or maybe for para athletes too.
There are some really good applications.
But are there times when you need both? Like you've got something in your hand, so you can't change gear because you're drinking or you're eating or you're maybe putting on a cape. Yeah, you could change gear.
Yeah, okay, I was sort of making a bit of a joke out of it at the start, but I think it's actually pretty cool when you look at it like that. Sorry, as I was about to say, the Tour de France fam Alex Zwift is actually well underway at the moment, which is available to watch live and on demand on GCN+. And Manon also made a hot tech video looking at some of the details of the bikes as well.
She did, and to celebrate the race as well. I was made to race against one of the best climbers in the women's peloton, Ashley Moolman-Passio, up the Alpe de Zwift. It was pretty hard. But if you want to see, I won't spoil what happened, but if you want to watch that, it's out tomorrow.
I've got no idea how it went, and I'm really intrigued. Ollie wouldn't actually tell me whether he won or lost.
Well, the other thing is, one of the great things about the race at the moment is they've got the climb portal, as they did for the men's tour. So a lot of the big climbs, like the Tourmalet and the Aspan, are in the climb portal on Zwift, so you can ride them and see how you sort of compare to the pros as well.
Yeah, it is really cool. Next time in Hot Tech, we have got high street fashion clothing brand Hugo Boss teaming up with cycle clothing brand ASOS to make an increased collection.
Yeah, the Swiss cycling apparel brand ASOS has teamed up and got a collection of 24 different items, ranging from base layers, jerseys, shorts, insulated gilets, jackets, all sorts, split into two broad categories. One that's more designed for pure road cycling, and another that's more sort of urban commuting.
Also split between men's and women's ranges as well.
Yes. Fun fact.
Okay.
Hugo Boss designed the uniforms for the Nazis.
Would you really call that a fun fact? Or more of a fact?
On reflection, yeah. It's just a fact.
Next up in Hot Tech, Syncross have launched some new wheels, and also they've become the official time trial wheel supplier for Team DSM Firmenich. Is that how you say it? Firmenich?
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah. So the components brand now is the official supplier for time trial wheels only, as opposed to when the team are on road bikes and they'll be using Shimano wheels. They've launched a new range, and it's called the Capital SL. Now there's two different versions available here. You've got a 40mm deep and a 60mm deep. But the time trial bikes that Team DSM are going to be using are going to be using custom-made rear disc wheels, which are built off of the sort of main basis of the 40mm deep wheel.
So, when I was at the Giro d'Italia, I spotted these wheels.
Did you?
Yes. And I asked them what they were, and they wouldn't tell me.
They
were riding unbranded wheels, and they had their head of performance there, Pete.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that they've spent considerable time, the team, working with Scott and developing disc wheels that have that sort of lenticular shape with a dishing in them, that aren't just like a flat disc wheel.
So Syncross being Scott's sort of like in-house componentry brand, if people weren't familiar with that. Now I've got a couple of weights here. Rear disc wheel, 970 grams. The 60mm Aero front wheel, 590 grams. Hookless rims. Now what is different to your standard wheel setup here is that the spokes are all bonded into the rim and onto the hub. So you've got like almost like a monocoque design. They've also tied it in with some work with Schwalbe to make a new Aero tyre. So I've got a couple of stats here. It's called the One Pro Aero tyre, which has been developed alongside these wheels, and Schwalbe claim that tyre is 22% more aero than its One Pro TT tyre, but 5% slower in terms of rolling resistance.
Intriguing.
It is intriguing, and I think that's it for Hot Tech this week.
More Hot Tech next week.
Yeah, fantastic.
Comments of the week, go!
Time now for comments of the week. Alex, here's.
I'm going to hit us straight in. So underneath last week's show, you were away, so I had Justin and George come in. We spoke about whether the bike industry is still in crisis and doomed. There was real mix of comments underneath the video. Some people really enjoyed it, and some people were like, look at these guys stealing all our money. Which I feel is a bit harsh, because they're both nice people. So anyway, Rick Schaefer 7285 said the problem with the bike industry is that they're pushing the average person into getting into competitive group set due to price it. Now that 105 has gone electronic, that's going to raise the price of a decent entry-level bike well over $1,000 and probably over $2,000. When I purchased my first entry-level bike in 2005, it was a Trek 1000, they said. They paid $454. Now that same level bike and components are going to be close to $2,000.
Yeah, I think that's valid.
It is valid.
You always got to remember we live in a free market.
Yes.
And the advantage of living in a free market means that although Shimano is the biggest group jet manufacturer in the world, if Shimano chooses to go down a route of upping its prices and increasing the complexity of its products and not targeting the entry-level market,
so be it. You've got other options out there.
Other brands can step in and start targeting that market because that market becomes available to them and it's no longer being dominated by Shimano. So we're seeing that with the L2.
Yeah, the smaller groups.
Micro shifters as well have got some good products.
Yeah.
So these are more affordable options at the lower end, and maybe people will capitalise on the market that's there.
Yeah, I think as you're saying, the good thing is that there are options out there. You maybe just have to sort of shift your mindset and start looking at different brands you might not be familiar with so much.
And if things are priced too highly, and the market won't buy them.
Yeah.
So
what was the next comment from Comandante
Nisaro says, I purchased my bike online and had it shipped to my local bike shop to have them put it together, looked over and fitted there. They take care of me, and me, the loyal customer, I take care of them. I shouldn't be the only one who's had this experience.
Yeah, fair point. Okay. Bike shops can help everybody, whether you shop there or buy online and take it to the shop.
I think sometimes bike shops can be a bit dismissive of products that are bought online because they feel they're losing business. But on the other hand, I think that bike shops should be welcoming to that because you do generate further business in servicing and selling accessories and all the rest of it.
I'm with you on there. So underneath our Aero fairings video from the weekend, where we investigated some good Aero fairings and also maybe a slightly questionable one, Miguel says, 340 says, you have to recognise that the Aero windscreen isn't as much of a penalty as it looks. The idea is interesting, to say the least. A lot of testing and few interesting models and configurations could end up in an interesting game changer. Yes, I completely agree.
I agree. That Aero windscreen, not so much.
Yeah, that one, not so much.
Yeah. Also, Cyrak Kazgali says, about 6:15 in that video, when we were sat on a park bench and like a police car drove past.
It's the police. It's the UCI coming to arrest us for our illegal Aero fairings.
Where he said it was a genius joke. It was a genius joke I've ever heard in my entire life. I was dying because of too much laughing. Thanks for the video. It was truly objective and educative video.
Okay. Well, it was one of my best jokes,
well,
I'd say.
Cyrak Kazgali is...
In complete agreement.
He's a big fan.
I'm pleased. Thanks very much. Also, we had another video out, cheap versus expensive cycling shoes. Calmero says, I would say price is something I would turn a blind eye on to some degree when it comes to shoes. As someone with a high arch, it makes a big difference between shoes that have inserts compared to none at all.
Well, you could get a budget shoe and just get a custom orthotic made.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as I sort of said in that video, basically, fit is the most important thing first and then start to look at the other features.
Yeah. Emma Bird 9745 said, "Hi Alex. Yeah, I know your name, even if no one else does. 20 years ago, my local cycle shop was called Aldi. I bought 2 pairs, which I tried before purchase for great fit, for £8 each." What is she talking about? Oh, shoes. They have stiff soles, are comfortable, and I'm still using them regularly. Okay, they're SPD, and Velcro, but it depends what you want. And in my experience, good cheap is great.
Well, there you go.
I would agree. There are some real great bargains out there. There's also Decathlon have often done very good entry-level shoes.
I wonder if now that Lidl are the title sponsor of Trek, whether we're going to see their budget bike range increase further still.
Well,
I quite like going down the middle of Lidl.
The middle aisle.
The middle of Lidl.
Yeah. Let's go there again. Right.
It's now time for the bike vault. It's my favourite part of the show.
Where's the bell?
The bell is over here.
This is where you get to submit your pictures of your bikes to the Bike Vault in the GCN app. People can vote on them to judge whether they're nice or super nice. But what really matters is like our casting vote. We decide.
Yeah.
We make the rules. Alex, what was the most super nice bike in the app last week?
It is this from Asta Holt. It's a BMC with Shimano Dura Ace.
Ooh.
And I can't tell
Pro
if it's...
tyres on there.
Is it off-white or is that just the colour?
No, that's like a bluey. It's like Golf colours, isn't it? It's like the Golf.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Golf race cars?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going super nice on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Boom, easy. Next in is from...
Yankee 007.
What is it?
I quite like that username. It's
Focus.
a Focus is Alco Pro. No.
Look at the shadows. There's two people there, by the way.
Yeah, no.
So no from... well, it's just a nice, sorry.
Yeah. Funky bar tape. It could be a super nice. It's just presented terribly.
Yeah. Etan next with a Velo Zero SLR.
Ooh.
Oh, hot diggity dog.
Right. Is he got flat bars on that?
Yeah, it does. It has flat bars, flat mounting bike.
Flat bar conversion on it. Intriguing.
A lot of accessories on the handlebars.
I feel that's the look he's going for though, and he's owning it. He's owning it. He's going for the accessories.
Cranks are not aligned.
No, but he's using the crank to hold the bike up on a step or a curb.
Well, where's the shadow stand?
Yes, but I think because that's acceptable.
All right, okay.
Do you know what? I mean, we make the rules. I'm going to say that's super nice.
I thought you were going to say that. And
If you disagree, it's fine.
Well, I agree with you, but I kind of disagree on principle that sometimes we would not super nice at. But whatever, we make the rules. Super nice.
Sea Breezy 98. Trek Project 1 Madonna.
Oh, this
SLR.
colour is incredible.
Oh my goodness.
I wish it was slightly brighter, but I can turn
my
the brightness
goodness.
up on my screen. There you go, that's a bit better.
That is outrageous, isn't it? I've never seen anything like that paint job.
I want that bar tape as well. I'm loving it.
I mean, it's not an optimum angle, but I just think for the paint job alone and the matching blue on the ceramic speed, it's just.
I mean, that is one hell of an expensive bike,
isn't it?
Like they've splashed out to get that.
For that paint job alone, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I want to give it a super nice just for the paint job.
Can we super nice it? Yeah.
I think we can. Yeah. The paint job. Look at it.
Super nice. What else we got? We've got Numbnuts 846 with an Oro Venturi from 2021. This is our last bike of the Bike Vault this week. Cranks level but the wrong way round, not in Biggie Smalls. Valves
Chain's
almost
a bit
aligned.
dirty there, isn't it? That chain.
Yeah.
I'm trying to zoom in.
Door could do with a bit of restoration.
That door needs a bit of Ronseal, doesn't it? Let's have a look. What's the? We should get sponsored by Ronseal for this.
Yeah.
Show. There we go.
Just the Bike Vault.
I'm having a. Do you know what?
You trying to zoom?
Well, no, I'm zooming in because their username is Numbnuts, and I'm thinking that can't be their real name. Turns out it is their real name. The bike sticker on the bike says Numbnuts.
Well, we always know that the sticker on your bike is your official actual name.
Yes, because no one uses their
Passport
user
or
ID for their bike sticker.
Yeah, don't go by like passport or driving license for correct information. You got to go by sticker on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, nice or super nice.
Oh, I'm feeling Numbnuts was probably horrifically bullied at school for having such an unusual name, and so we should give him a super nice.
Benefit of the doubt.
Well, them a super nice. We don't know. Numbnuts is gender neutral, isn't it?
We don't know. Super nice then. Whatever.
Boom.
That's it. That draws this week's GCN Tech Show to a close. It's been great to be reunited back together, the dream team on the Tech Show. Anyway, we're going to go. Let us know in the comment section down below about aero versus lightweight bike, if you could only choose one. And see you next week. Bye.